Okay, look to so ne just le le ne chance changwa ane chik dewo ta thamgo ta chik yimbe ge ani nge ga shu ge ye tari nge ge tunda de kya to google la ta sa de youtube ge ne live to ke ting nge shu ba nang shi ani youtube ge live to ge ye ane de nge li ya nge kya to de ni tip re de nge li ya nge kya to because how to deal with stress and the thing cyber safety cyber security account to the teach in the and thing is in the council council to the clear that way you and the share not from no okay council clear the devil na koto kasa peving by na from and the negative issue chart do which is many of you don't know what career is and how to go about and how to decide council visually conduct decision conduct language you make decision making process the conduct me the ya mang which council the understanding me do good and then when you go to like after class 10 when you join class 11 and then there like I have lots of students with lots of confusion like the look to take commerce name or the look to take science name or but they don't know why they have taken why they have decided to like take or join science or commerce and then why they that why they have decided to study a particular subject so this surely and after class 12 they don't know what they should be doing after class 12 so the day and because you don't know like the decision making process in terms of decision the context language you mean the you get into this confusion and the confusion later to so the into the confusion the malay chetulia. Okay, the confusion the Malay to the confusion the Mayonia to Leah. I think it's very important to like talk about career and the decision making process, and this is what I'm going to do today on the turning account. Yeah. Now that before we get into after class 10 gikang ya mix yeah and then I think first it is very important to understand what career is career lana condition the lagi yume dikang to hako ko yana ga chu shu ji cha do the career love in by na condition the ya ane the career like the usually count to kare ko na in our school there is a tradition there is a like the color culture ji cha do na I am a school counselor and then usually school guidance counselor ke lago guidance counselor yana school counselor lago in a kunju mang che kha du na career counselor ne define chi yong do actually I'm a school counselor and then shimba su yo pen yin na anju le anju ki profession ki designation mingli yang anju mingli ya career counselor lago and then we do like stuff related with career, and we do handle other stuff. Career dengan tu negatif cahaya. Jadi ni untuk counsel define cahaya kedua. Okay, now what is a career? Career lana kadang lagi negatif cahaya tu hak kau ya cik. Now career lana kerja tu na career is a job. Career dengan tu job cahaya. It is a job or a profession lega cahaya that someone does for a long period of their life. Because it's a major during wood chetuli young to get doing sing in the council level the land the year and to career the legacy and what kind of job what kind of profession we are talking about and a job which you are trained so you need to get a special training for doing that particular job. Council kare laga kare chigu samgi yo pa yimba na dili training for a specific period of time. Okay, chik dawa khashi ki training link yo pa na longa thokil training link yo pa yimba and you need to get training so that you will be able to discharge your duty, your responsibility in a much better way, in a much skillful way, in a much professional way. Dinde yong ki che ya and training chik leng ko chik chagu yod. What I say? So dinde ya a job which you train and in which it is a possible of advance during your working life. Advance that the kone paria yo when you freshly join a particular job, profession, freshly join Chiba Karangi, Nerim di Wasila Tigade, Dinine, Kale Karangi Kenza di Sona Yazaya, Yoping Baina, top layer, go to a kitchen to the cook up Yoping Baina, then digitally young of the Karikati Shea or Lopping Baina, Karikati Shea word. What I say? And with advance, Najuki kasa Suzuki lega lene dinine designation dinine, if there is a possibility of advance, yakandel yang Najuki advance ki possibility yobi bayina, the advance there is greater responsibility and earn more money. And you will be shouldering more responsibility, and at the same time you'll be earning more. And pesha gutoniya, laja gutoniya, laja ge pade ki hook up and gain the masonia, gain did you go chiru to eki, digging onto the lega yakare. This is what career is all about. Okay, so career is a job or a profession that someone does for a long period of their life. Now there is another twist. Back in the days, career for a long period of time. Now, with lots of opportunity available nowadays. Things are with opportunity is cook up the mangbu shuj open cha yungi to so for me kashi career di so take an example. So doctor che ki pa yobing bay na. Okay, the usually science chair, usually native stage, usually MBBS long at the chair of look on the cheats visually, you become a doctor. In it, things among which you could twist chine and delia disulia, MBA di chine, and chipiam, but business on a person what chia business related kilava chia, and that too related with the hospital. So, did they get hospital management? MBA the chine and job twist chine nature of the job the job tangeki dindegi ang check dindegi system tendency to do. So then in the career not necessarily nowadays like is for a long period of their life you can change in between because you are not satisfied with the job, you are not enjoying that job, and then there's another opportunity available, and then you switch. Switch possibility things are young. Okay. Okay. Now next, how do you decide? Like decision linking that. Okay, now how are you going to decide? The decision making process yang manju to yang mangbu kancha mangbu and then stream selection di step tangbu chimba stream selection di and tangbu chimba okay, first you need to decide which stream you are going to go for. First, considering stream selection is not the first step. So there's a stream the Julia kasa diminglia steam decision tangbuti chagu mare. First, you need to figure out first what you want to do in your life. Tangbu make you what you want to do in your life. You need to decide on that first. Based on your goals, decided goals Digala shisha jekana kachadugonana. Based on your decided goal. You took some tongue to be surely yet this surely young and deem you done Zembeke, so good decision in your in did on Zembeke, did on Kanyogi and stream candidature. Okay, should you go for commerce, science, arts, or even a vocational training? So vocational shit you do. Dear missing a so you need to consider that first. What to say? First, you need to figure out what you want to do in your life. And after deciding that, then you need to think about stream selection. And you will not have confusion. You won't be having any confusion when you are in class 11 or 12. You are not going to have that confusion. So the confusion you are going to enjoy whatever you study. You are going to enjoy that because you know visually destination delegate of like langa de tharan kind decision entire one. So it's very important to think from that way. The big tone from the tongue way the missing which is right now you are not going to think about science, art, commerce, councils in the government. So you need to figure out what you want to do in your life. Okay, now tadi ha khoye ki che tuliya so khari che gu yo me ki ha kho khoye ki che tuliya nenga chumbu ji khari cha du din la ba na. Secondly, it is very important to understand your personality. So secondly, it is very important to know your personality. So personality khandi la la yo me so personality de khandi ji me ti ha ko de pe me se na ga chumbu ji cha du. So now the question is, what is a personality? Personality lana khanditila lagi. How do you define? How do we define personality? What does it? Based on Oxford Dictionary, it is the combination of characteristic or quality that forms an individual distinctive character. Misoso ke tuikunze nang chepa kunju chura mitu soso ke putze quality chura. Mitang every individual is different. Mitang me ki keju, mitang me ki kunju, mitang me ki mazu leka chita, mitang me ki sam tang bang yorwa. Every individual is different from one another. Sang mang azu chek ni chek la bat kura different yore, kepa rende yore. So di kepa yodu, and this soso hakoko hape mise neka chura. What kind of person you are on a daily basis? What is your personality? So the personality, the conditions, the image, they can also have the missing negative. And if you are able to do that, if you understand your personality, so the personality, the quality, the based on that, next so your personality and your career. Personality career di ni parola dewa shuk chumbu shubuti link chumbu shubuti tayong gor. So the link de council cut chituegi chitulia link de ngazu ke bridge chituegi career and personality the bridge chituegi chitulia tuituegi chitulia so hakko ko missing ga chumbu chari. Okay, now the next question is personality la chorwa chedang de azuke personality azuke chekya wa chedang la yama shubu re cheka azuke Meyer Briggs la ne azuke duction type indicated gena azuke cheka personality ye che yung gore ta ta azuke di John Holland ge model gena azuke mi personality mi kejo chorwa ding azuke yawa chedang tik khasala yawa chedang chure. I'm not going to go with the Meyer Briggs. I'm going to stick with the Holland model. Holland model dika yanga connect chishagini dikana ya count to shake shagini. So based on the John Holland model dika the personality the migi the kejo chirwa me kejo the yawa totally realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional learning azuki shile yabo kasa tule azuki yaba chesha go migi keje yaba tula. And the acronym the RIASEC learning kola azuki dokste RIASEC learning and personality the kasa the acronym in this starting. So human being personality is divided into six categories: realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprise, and conventional learning. Now, realistic learning mi khande chila chaga yone. Realistic mi dige de chazang khacha du wona kunju mi dige kejo de khacha du la bain na. Mi the practical shibuchi pa. Mi the practical to su kind of shit that was some say they're going to do it. Because there's such a lalin type music. Me the concrete shibuchi, auto shibuchi lam abstract shit am now reality based yorwa. Tinde hands on. Hands on la because me the lakshe that the lakshe that the la ya the dan tuje that the ding able la chi lakshe gi la the ding able la chang chi che jorwa the link so machine tools oriented majuke the lakshe that the la ga shu machine to that the yorwa the dan la chi la ga shu investigative la because me the analytical shu analytical because some of our original or an intellectual shoe maybe that for a lot of that dindali chik lopchong kurang cake thing lopchong kurang mutuni ching maybe tobu ju che dinde scientific oriented explorative and thinker some of ya dinde ka ya chibati ya so dinde maybe dinde to and then next is artistic. Artistic level maybe creative on a daily basis. Creative computing maybe original original means so some of the needs and kuma get made so some of function creativity originality to layer and maybe independent okay that you don't lega chitu kap so independent shoe the lega chikunya that ko restriction the shata la ma ka shata make rules and regulation the shata ma ganye and that so independent shoe and maybe kya shoe but oriented shata make sorry organized shata make not oriented sorry organized shata make because there's a take a that ko fungus shoe and then inventive shibuchi meet the great that and the next one is we have social. Social the me the corporate which do in mila ropa chia mila support chia mila help chia and mila labia the dish or what the dig you got it. And the next one we have is enterprise. Enterprising education because maybe a competitive environment in a competition that they like and it's a lead here down ya kan de down go here down the did give the like go to that down to what the daily ya go should be to the dig personality and then conventional the detail oriented me the detail like go koran tala de some of that koran to ga in the level in ship up here me the organized should tala de ta de ko dik when you and it's file dike chik himba in chik yorwa chik juge chik kaza project de mangu yo in a file written on logo look chorwa so detail oriented and then organizing the skill you go chik and a clerical and a level on office of the den on yang to chik la chin to the share your file manager the so take your personality. So it is very important to understand what kind of personality, like you are, the personality type you are. Current personality type, are you realistic? Are you investigative? Are you artistic? Are you social? Are you enterprising? Are you conventional? So the target board. So it's very important for you guys to understand what kind of personality, kind of, person you are. Karang personality type the what is your personality type the hakko wa the missing now having said that okay and how are you going to know that thing to khane hakko re like tadi khane hakko re la jorwa dingen the show like this again ta thangbu di kesi realistic person ji yimba na realistic if your personality type is realistic karang personality type di kesi realistic yimba na karang personality the realistic ji yimba na and dindem rigdilia ani chika medi gi shunga laga khande do chela samlo tang ba na chika khande do chi ba na ta ta yore shu ba na and mechanic de mechanic that the day tools that related that the day it could be yeah, mechanical engineering gas yorta so mechanic that related to samotang na in day lega samotang na the day count me samotang na it is going to help you but you will have to again you will have to understand yourself the day to do it in the the investigative if your personality type is investigative and digitally ya shuma council level digitally ya connective and biologists economists mathematician and doctors the game by investigative now, if your personality type is social, is it personality type is socially na ay kaya shuma lega kaditili ya nega connect na tauta dego na school social worker teachers and counselors dindi samlo pang na kaya personality na tauta dego connect personality socially na lega dindi na and tauta dego in the sense you are going to enjoy that job more and then there will be more satisfaction and all the satisfaction job satisfaction days the possibility to take if your personality type is conventional can I get personality type be conventional and then the occupation that connects with our conventional day and then accountant and then bank manager down bank down didn't know yeah level down and then office now level to your so they can the personality da type and then if your personality is enterprising busy kind of personality type the enterprising and then the occupation that connects that suits and then enterprising personality to type thing of the connecting in the it's lawyer and the salesperson song and him that they develop on and if your personality type is artist game by can personality type the artistic game by and then the occupation can painter the artist writer the musician the digital by and can personality connected towers so that's why like it is very important to understand it is very important to know and it's also the personality which people whatever kind of job or occupation or any kind of when you get into that, when you reach there, you are going to enjoy that job more. So to say, negative issue. Okay, visually, yeah. So how do I know my personality type? If personality, if knowing personality is very important, so personality, how am I going to know my personality type? Make personality type Okay. If okay, if knowing personality type, okay, personality type the hakwe gitin den nga chimbu chagi yo pa na. Okay, how do I know my personality type? That yeah, you can take personality test online ngazuki chiege indege possible yore, and you can also talk with your counselor, school counselor nyaboli get share especially me nyaboli chumata ngazuki in person talk na we can do that dende chunju tinda ngazuki dende yore. So we can do that, and then it will at least help you understand your personality type. So things the condition in the hakoyalia then pen to even if you're not able to take personality test, the chamber of Kataduanana, it is very important. You need to know and understand yourself on a daily basis. Self-evaluation is very important. So on a daily basis. Really enjoy to better condition to can I in you do you can take sweat at the Tindala Kobu to it, you can remote here the Tindala Kobu to it, you can the mill of Robert here and Tindala Kobu to it, you can the mill what do you enjoy the most? Yeah, Kalas at the Tindala into Yoruba. So digage so you need to understand yourself well. And that is going to happen when you pay attention on yourself. To do and at the same time be watchful. You know, wherever you go on to cover drawing in unfortunately we cannot travel, we cannot go anywhere. But whenever that happens, I mean, be very watchful. If you get to visit a bank nala drag to do and be watchful. There will be a manager, there will be a cashier, and there will be a tailor. Mangbuji chard word. So and then look around and then ask yourself this question: are you going to enjoy the job that person is doing? In a campaign meeting, are you going to enjoy that kind of job? And if you get to visit a hospital, you are going to find lots of, varieties of, professions out there. You are going to meet a doctor, you are going to meet a nurse, you are going to meet a pharmacist. So and then lab technician so you have to be watchful. Doctor take job in doctor and then again you need to ask the question to yourself: are you going to enjoy this job or not? Whether I did like can't take enjoy okay now na di yung pharmacy yung okay lab technician yung so you need to be watchful, and at the same time possibility na doctor jitu na to so you can ask a question. Yeah, doctor lang cuma doctor ingin to and process continue and doctor like ram cek tanda yang sale nang de and cek continue to do you enjoy doing like enjoy doing the job. Coba tang so di you will get more information, and then the information decision making process so it is very important that you be watchful, be alert, and awareness. So if you are able to do that, it will be a lot easier for you to decide your career and career decision making process. For you. Okay. Now, after going through all this process, the process the dot have surely yeah. Okay, suma khari chingin thu ye the aim they decide to quality that the cover so the teach the color comes them ko sab surely yeah. Finally, kind of stream selection key to the stream to see can and it's and that is going to happen when you reach class 10. So, can okay, sorry. Then the chuva lejo comes cannot be and decision making process, science or commerce. I have lots of students, they're confused. They're not able to decide which stream that they should go for. Because they they don't know what they should be doing in their future life. Decision and they've not taken this your great decision making process quite seriously. That's why they don't know, like which stream they should go for. And there are lots of students. I have lots of students who would decide their stream, the literature stream, like based on their friends. My friend is going, is going to study commerce, and I'm also going to do that. My friend is going to, study art, and I'm going to do that. So this is not right. This is not the way you decide your career. So the young because of lack of awareness, because lack of understanding, and then and then because and it all happens because of lack of responsibility. So give me the game. My key game the kanyenti tete. So same damyadi the dishulali. Tangan daily yang option sumte ye kasa I commerce atlan sum mazutika decision some no tango. So something because there's another one that you might want to add, vocational course. Vocational course again a very important. So vocational course again nanga chumbi cha yung go mango checking on the vocational course liya tongjong shuji tan yung go actually it is it is very important. Vocational because the missing nanga chumbi cha go it's a job oriented cha yung go it it's a hands on counsel liya kaza training yung go and after completing your course, vocational course, you are market ready to try yung gore. Can automatically kind of ready to search out water, and that is very important. And if you're interested in vocational course, okay, yeah, go for it, and then get the course done, and you'll be ready for a particular job. Ready to search out water. So the missing a so today I'm not only going to focus on three streams, science, commerce, arts, and vocational course counselor then okay. That the decision like after class 10. When you reach class 10, the and you have to take this, like decision. The class 10 gishu council science, commerce, arts, vocational career the decision making process the most important and the crucial decision to and then you need to take that decision like decision with lots of understanding, with lots of thinking, and then the decision okay, that would the science. The science la job in by science it is classified into two. Science medical non-medical learning the science can join if you want to study science after class 10 science la from the manju TCV process the career if a student wants to study science after class 10 the then the geba go angji che ane theory che ane kasadina inji then the sun game on the average and get to you are eligible to study science. The science like eligible child you qualify child science okay. The science like the current option medical the non-medical. So medical bio, biology, chemistry, physics, English, and Tibetan. So if a student is opting for a medical doctor doctor the individual option and that too, and then decision based on your aim. Aim to get some correct some no tang you may decision. Okay, now there's no confusion in medical. Medical to something you are going to do, like the now, when it comes to non-medical, so non-medical is somewhat there are three options. Option option physics, chemistry, maths, and Tibetan and English. That is pure non-medical. So another option that is available, option non-medical option you have physics, you have chemistry, you have maths, you have computer science, you have Tibetan and English. So computer science, IT information technology so computer science option. Okay, the next option and then 6 years chemistry math bio Tibetan and English. So the option can consider some the option link if you notice over here, Delhi accounts the maths the bio medical option bio and non-medical maths what is it? Deep maths the bio option they're either thinking about engineer, doctor or engineer. Engineer to some so la English and so such students they are going to opt for both maths and bio. What is it? So science option and then if you're thinking about science, if some of you have already decided that you're going to go and study science and then think about this stuff, medical and non-medical option okay, which is the one that you are going to go for. The council decision okay. Science we have two options. Either you're going to join TCV Selekui, TCV Belagui, that Gonda, Paring and then so TCV Selekui and the top 80 students from all the TCV top 80D and they get to study science at TCV Selekui and the rest they're going to join TCV Belagui. So okay. Next we have commerce. Commerce study commerce account commerce this after class 10 if you're thinking about joining commerce and study commerce, then there are three options. The commerce options the options Tibetan English and then accountancy bookkeeping and then we have business studies and then economic and maths pure commerce pure commerce so the pure commerce students and then in this pure commerce maths and accountancy maths accountancy sorry maths option so option Now, option number delaya, you have better in English, accountancy, business studies, and economic. And last delaya, entrepreneur, shibadi, over here, instead of taking math, you are taking entrepreneur. And entrepreneur start the chayung gore. Option six chayung. Now, those who have taken both accountancy and the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur the option nengo chidwa. Entrepreneur the option nengo the get subset chigwa nanga chimbu shubuchi. Mangbuchi kachadugun do the laba imba. They take both accountancy and entrepreneur in class 11, but in class 12 they give up accountancy and then go with the entrepreneur. So see, after class 12, if you're thinking about continuing, commerce with dendritic accountancy is the main subject in the commerce. Commerce accountancy. So you need to think about this very carefully. So if you have decided to study accountancy, if you think accountancy is important, stick to then the third cake where the Nagachimbu Shuti Chayungu, Manguji final like give up to do, which is not right. And the third option you have Latin, English, and then accountancy, business, and economic. The ding on to get Duxin Yang Council option chick Chayungu. So look then to Nietzsche and the Banach Duxin Council option chick. When you study, commerce, you have three options, and it is up to you, dumb than the council on the valid words. So okay. Like easy council, if you are thinking about science and commerce, right now you have an option. Class 9, 10 account math option an option because okay. Basic maths and standard maths. Which one you are going to go for? Basic standard maths they can link in best or the council of okay. Now basic maths. Who are going to take math? Basic maths. Basic maths the three link okay. Student wanting to study arts and commerce non-maths ki. Non-maths ki commerce non-maths join here yimba and and basic maths because maths related mare and arts maths mare and after class 12 maths you don't take maths. And then if you're very weak in maths, you don't take maths. You don't take standard maths, rather basic maths. You stick with the basic maths. Okay. Now, students who are aiming to join science and commerce with maths cannot join okay, such students. Okay, those students must consider taking standard maths. Standard math language missing and the basic math you won't be allowed to study science, you won't be allowed to take commerce with math. You cannot allow to mare. So the decision they from the Kuban decision so don't make this mistake. The never check okay. Additionally, arts. Art lobson chuma samotay lobson to some give your pain by na arts nalia council lobson this in history, economic, political science, geography, council balia, council lobson social studies of the year shile so this chicken mutuije the chuji jungilia taron to okay. Arts, humanities, and then either you are going to go to Aperture CB, Yamana, KCB Kopalpo, the and Chickley Council, okay. And the next one was the vocational courses. at ITI Industrial Training Institute and to go to VTC la shoot the war. It is not VTC right now. That's a meeting Industrial Training Institute la naming to Batan Sayode and Digonia ITI Dingo to Tangoedi Negachim Chabu. Setting on to select in the chat board. So if you are thinking about vocational course is samutangi bache and the last year the samutangi na ITI is a good opportunity and then I would want you to consider joining ITI for your for the vocational course. ITI la dropping in by option career na not lobbying option career do lobbying by okay tangbu mechanic course motor vehicle की mechanic की course की चाहिए लोगों चाहिए कि mechanic की course चाहिए कि अने option से जो दिन निकाल देने के बाद क्यों जे देने के बाद पास क्यों जे तो ठंडे क्या होता है गुबन नाले ये तो कब so you are already eligible to apply for the mechanic course at ITI ला चिके apply चाहिए कि कुछ जो जलिया लोग तो चुला कुछ चे अन्यम बलिया हम दावा निश्चित जाएंगे lo need the dawa chikki and to the training course so this by after completing the course you become a mechanic chi kalan cha do de and so mechanic garage open chi by ya company de no ya mechanic level chi you by it's up to you your decision to try go there usually wireman and yana electrician law the dedic because there's a law so tindegi ya chika samutang bin bene yang go lo ke lo to and lo ni dawa recha the ke khyo chi inji meje chi cha yung do and usually ya allied technical allied trades dila ya ngadu ke sing so da cha so da de chi yor wa so tindegi ko ka chi do so di che wala yang go ngadu ke the ke ba khyo chi pu ke ko ka chi do ane lo ni da dawa chi ko ka chi ke jing din de ring li ya kan zo lo tin che ya de sha digede option number 1 2 and 3 digede chasa puche la resha visually next option shiva the basic cosmetology tang ke beautician ke course hair and skin care the beautician ke course the pomeran specifically it is for girls dilia de chuba chojo inje mi di che and dila ya pomenishu la ko te do and dawa chokke ke rinliya training de chai and visually secretarial practice this the chungi theory it is open for both boys and girls for the pomenically open time go there and dawa chokke ke training for the chungi le ko kapchi and visually patari fast the deki ko kap massage to the degree again number 6 is specifically it is for girls pomachetuli resha massage tang the spa the therapist in the jorba so dilia dawachungi ke logic ke training che muni che the chu skill che the chu thank you je inje meje ko do and visually dumba the food and beverage services system of the waiter the diki sagan mang yang the waiter the diki the training chorwa is the geba training je and the one issuing ya che and put promo chuli ko ka chago and visually battery and confectionery the battery tan bag chair the cake tang the swag chorwa pop ta cake ta khari imba inne sweets that dinde swage or so dinde ki kokabdi for the community leche dinde ke ba kyo che and then and the one issue ring le che and then puni skele for the community stani le ya kokabdi cha do and then food production data tandang ju ke she de khasa pu ma ju khai gyun ya lo ke khai gyun ya hotel management le do it is not hotel management当然可能说当讲也就说 chef 去那个就说可能说当讲也so this 这个 food production 这样差种用过多的确这里真的这个天年之前呢到你学的过些呢不你什么了呀可搞就差不多 and usually computer की application की course computer application की course and industrial training institute do but and one of the toughest course at the ITI की नालिया पर ko staff social chi le council je ne ngi chi du dili ya de chung ni chwe che le chung ni chwe che ne da wa ni state ki lo ni da wa ni ki ko che dili ya pu pu mo ni shu le ya ko ka chi du. And then finally, front office and tourism, which is the chungi kyo che and dishulia and a putula kukab chito and a dawchuk getting lia 20 charito. So those chine council the tanda the governor youtube so council option to get the chat in a tande lia. If you're thinking about joining ITI, tanda do ta ko ki chike toib ki kanyin draw the doshim be kabli ya tanda pegli ya tanda admission is not open, so unfortunately if you're interested tanda do ko kabdi min doshi okay traditionally yang di chunju jik the slight nis machine me chunju jik ding council ya discussion china some council jik shena some I have lots of students, like with this question, they come up with this question: what is the best job? That like a yakshu the lada, dinga chingin to those. Lata yakshu take a running lega the lada, dinga take a ditching into to lana, chiwa mangu to, and then I do not have this answer. Now, let me say, I do not have answer because there is no such thing as the best job. The best job is the one that you will enjoy doing it for the rest of your life. So lega yangsho lady, so lega the chin name is so enjoy your paying by that is the best job for you. Take an example, me as a teacher and a counselor. I love this job, I enjoy doing this job. And then for some of you, again, numbers this is again, I'm never going to do this job. I never want to become a teacher and account among the area somebody lives, but 10 days you give it. So for one person, one person's best job may be the worst for someone else. So there is no best job as such. So delay big decision what you want to do in your life. They count the decision and then for that you need to understand yourself, personality test on a daily basis. Also, how could the chin council after understanding going through all this process and count the decisions and you when you get there, when you start doing that job, they enjoy that is the best job for you. So deep missing somebody so decision making process they can ya then council some okay. Okay, so now I'm going to stop my presentation here. And if you have any questions, council okay, what's it and I'll be happy to answer, any question that you have. Council I'm ready. If I have the answer I'll be happy to help you guys. Okay, thank you. Any council someone any job okay, thank you. I'll see you guys next time.